What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Evelyn, and I am here with everything you need to know before you watch the new season of The L Word. If you haven't heard, Showtime has resurrected The L Word in the form of a new show called The L Word Generation Q, and this new iteration of The L Word is coming at us fast. It's premiering on December 8th at 10 p.m., and I personally cannot wait. Jennifer Beals is back, Leisha Haley is back, and Kat Mononing Shane is also back. The L Word ran for 6 long seasons and a lot of crazy shit happened, so let's get into it. I will only be recapping major storylines that involved Bette, Alice, Shane, and sometimes Jenny. The reason being is that Bette, Alice, and Shane are in the new season, and despite what Mira Kirshner tweets, I don't believe Jenny herself will be in the new series, but I do believe that her storyline will be involved in some capacity. We are starting with everyone's favorite power bottom, Bette Porter. Bette is a super successful museum curator, buyer. I don't really know what she does, but I do know she's in a loving and mutually fulfilling marriage with America's sweetheart, housewife extraordinaire Tina Kennard. And Bette and Tina, aka BB&T, are going to have a baby, or rather they're trying to have a baby through in vitro fertilization. And things are going great, except, well, they aren't actually going great. Bette's museum career starts stressing her out, then Tina has a miscarriage, and Bette starts cheating on Tina with a hot carpenter. While all this infertility and infidelity is going on at Tina and Bette's house, their next door neighbors, super attractive, exclusively hetero couple Tim and Jenny, are madly in love. But turns out Jenny is a little less hetero than Tim realized. She goes to a party at BB&T's house and ends up humping the hottest regular on the show. So of course, Jenny dumps Tim, or Tim dumps Jenny. You know what? It doesn't matter. Jenny starts dating Marina and everything is awesome for like a week, until Marina's girlfriend that she conveniently forgot to mention shows up. At the end of the season, Jenny's left heartbroken, but arguably got what she deserved. Moving on to Alice and Dana. Dana is a closeted tennis pro and Alice is a bisexual journalist. They're the best of friends. And by best of friends, I mean Alice is in love with Dana and Dana's completely unaware of that fact. And for most of the season, so is Alice. Tennis pro Dana briefly dates sous chef / hot girl Laura, but their relationship ends due to Dana's inability to come out of the closet, which turns out to be just fine because an endorsement deal with Subaru forces her out the closet anyway. She then starts dating this weird chick named Tanya, and soon after they get engaged because, well, lesbians. Meanwhile, Alice is dating around, trying to find her person, but at the end of the season, she realizes that Dana is in fact her person. Last, but certainly not least, is the legend herself, andro hairstylist to the super wealthy Shane McCutcheon. Shane is an unapologetic ladies' man who happens to be a woman. She spends most of the season dodging commitment until she meets and falls in love with the wealthy and very merry socialite Sherry Jaffe, who unfortunately pulls a Shane on Shane. Tina is pregnant, y'all. Apparently, one of those inseminations from season 1 hit pay dirt, but she and Bette are still broken up at the beginning of season 2. Bette spends the entirety of season 2 begging Tina for forgiveness. Tina spends the entirety of season 2 having sex with Helena Peabody, a hot, rich British lady that's just, hanging out. But after lots of hot Helena sex, Tina eventually realizes she and Bette are meant to be together, and thankfully just in time for Tina to pop out baby Angelica. Marina went back to wherever she's from because apparently between seasons 1 and 2, she attempted suicide for some thinly veiled reason. And what about mega hunk Tim? He moved to Iowa or Utah or somewhere more Tim appropriate. Jenny, who only has sporadic low-paying employment yet somehow has more than $10 at a time, asks Shane to move in with her and split rent. Not long after, a drop-dead gorgeous DJ named Carmen also moves in. Then it becomes a waiting game of when are they gonna have a threesome? There's another major storyline this season that involves a dude named Mark and hidden cameras, and you know what? I'm just gonna skip it. Anyway, Shane and Carmen start dating, then not dating, then dating, but not really dating. They do this all season. When season 2 starts, they're in the midst of an affair, but we still love them because A, nobody likes Tanya, and B, nobody likes Tanya. Eventually, Dana and Tanya break up, and Alice and Dana come out of the closet as a couple. Some folks say that season 3 is the season the L word jumped the proverbial shark due to the untimely death of one of the show's most beloved characters, Dana Fairbanks. I will remember you. At the start of season 3, Bet and Tina are officially together and busy raising little baby Angelica. Then, Bet gets fired or demoted or something. Basically, she's no longer bringing home the bacon, and Tina decides to get a job working for her ex-booty call Helena, who owns a movie studio. BB&T are a hot mess this season. Bet turns Buddhist and steals a baby. Tina reminds everybody she's actually bisexual and starts dating dudes, and the season ends with the two of them in a nasty custody battle over baby Angelica. As for Dana and Alice, at the start of the season, they are broken up because reasons, I guess. I don't know. Dana gets back with her ex-girlfriend Lara, and things are going great until Dana discovers a lump in her breast that turns out to be cancer. As Dana goes through treatment, she and Lara drift further apart while she and Alice drift closer together. And it's so beautiful, y'all. But unfortunately, Dana passes away. On a somewhat lighter note, Shane and Carmen get matching tattoos and get married. JK, they don't get married. Shane leaves Carmen at the altar because she's Shane. Jenny writes a book and she starts dating an ultra butch woman named Maura, who eventually transitions. They are still not together, but their relationship does get less hateful and toxic this season. In fact, they almost become friends. They finally figure out how to co-parent without killing each other or one of them kidnapping the child. So, progress. Bet even gets a new job at a university, gets into a serious relationship with Marlee Matlin, then almost ruins the serious relationship by being all jealous and controlling. Things go only slightly better for our girl Tina this season. She ends up dating a dude and trying to fit into a heteronormative existence, but after a while she realizes it just ain't working. But on the work front, she does manage to convince the movie studio to purchase the rights to Jenny's book, despite Jenny almost fucking that up because, well, fucking things up is what Jenny does best. She essentially spends the entire season pissing everyone off in various ways and fighting her arch nemesis, and losing. Fresh off of leaving Carmen at the altar, Shane becomes a mommy this season. For some reason, she has to take care of her 10-year-old half-brother we've never heard of before. As a result, she meets and starts dating a very hot single mother named Paige and kinda sorta catches feelings. As for the grieving Alice, she meets Tasha Don't Ask, Don't Tell Williams this season, and soon after they become an item despite the fact they have absolutely nothing in common and their core values clash harder than their wardrobes. Tasha's also dealing with PTSD from her time served in Iraq, as well as pressure from her superior officer to keep her sexuality on the down low. At the end of the season, Tasha is called back to Iraq for another tour of duty, which makes Alice understandably sad. BB&T are back, and you know what? It doesn't matter how it happened. It doesn't matter who was cheated on to make it happen.
It's not right, but it's okay.
checking in with our girl Alice. Her boo thang Tasha comes home early from Iraq, which is awesome. Except it's not. Tasha's back because she's being investigated for being gay because Don't Ask, Don't Tell was still a thing when this season aired, and you could be kicked out of the military for being found queer. Tasha then goes on JAG trial and she loses the case, but really she wins because she chooses love and being out and proud with Alice, and they live happily ever after. JK. At the end of the season, their relationship is on the rocks and they both act like they want to fuck other people. Probably because they never should have gotten together in the first place. But I digress. Shane starts the season with a bang by cheating on single mom Paige, then spends the rest of the season screwing her way through various hot women who throw themselves at her because, well, look at her. Jenny goes batshit crazy this season. Now, to be fair, Jenny was never great, but now she's literally the worst. She gets an assistant who might be crazier than she is, she fights with everyone about her little movie thing, then gets booted off of her little movie thing and dropped by her agents, and finally she's cheated on in a public and humiliating way. Season 6 kicks off with a bang and the hottest guest star this show has ever known, Lucy Lawless. Xena plays a detective investigating Jenny's untimely demise because apparently Jenny was murdered or killed herself or something. Xena questions the gang at Bet's house where Jenny was found face down in the pool, dead. Bet and Tina are still together, but their relationship is not without its challenges. Not to mention, things are still cray for Tina at work, where Jenny somehow still manages to fuck things up, although she's no longer supposed to be involved with the movie. Sometime during all this craziness, Tina gets a job offer in New York and BB&T decide to move to the East Coast. Their relationship is still on the rocks in season 6. They try couples therapy, which kinda helps, but not really. Then they meet a hottie named Jamie who seems to be crushing on both of them. Yeah, they don't have a threesome. But Jamie and Tasha start getting a little too cozy. The whole thing culminates with Alice somehow giving Tasha a free pass to fuck Jamie, yet also an ultimatum at the same time. Shane and Jenny hook up because, that makes total sense plot-wise. Jenny also steals a script idea from Alice and sells it for $500,000. Xena is still questioning everyone and realizes that every single person on the show had a reason for wanting Jenny dead. So who killed Jenny? We don't know. Will we find out in the L Word Generation Q? Probably not. And that is all she wrote, folks. Well, until December 8th. So pat yourselves on the back because you have survived a 6-season recap of ridiculous, sexy, backstabby, pool drowning, lesbian loving. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. I honestly love every single character on the show, and I cannot wait to see what they're up to in the L Word Generation Q.